guys, welcome back again from Tampa Bay. Doing a few things here in the garage and some interesting news to talk about. First of all, I need to check mileage on all my vehicles and just update the service here. I want to show you, where the heck did I put it? An app here that I use called Gearhead. And I did a review of this a long time ago when it first came out, and they've slowly been updating it over the years. Frankly, not many big changes to it because it came out almost flawless. And it's what I use to track all the maintenance and service to all of my vehicles. So what you've got here is a side-to-side swipe screen between all your vehicles. First up here, I've got my FJR. I've got my Kia Soul, the wife's Kia Soul. It's been a while since I updated these. These mileages are way off. And my FZ09. And I've had my bobber in here, and I had the wife's Harley in here. But the cool thing is, and one major feature they added to this fairly recently, was the ability to save and send all of the information. So when you sell a vehicle, you can give the new owner the complete service history along with it. So when I gave Josh the bobber, he got the whole service history and every part that I had put on the bobber when I built it. So let's update it here. Now you don't have to do it this way. This also has the ability to track your fuel mileage. So when you fill it up with gas, you can put that data in there and it will automatically update the mileage from that. But I don't use it for fuel mileage. I don't care what fuel mileage I'm getting. Frankly, if you're getting really great fuel mileage, to me that says you're not having too much fun on the bike. I get like 40, 41 on the FJR, and I ride my bikes hard. You know, you've seen my ride videos from a stop, pretty much full throttle all the time. I love it. That's how I like to ride my bikes. I get about 45 on the FZ09. The only difference is the FJR takes regular and the FZ09 takes premium. Cost-wise, I don't know. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. It's not why I ride bikes, to get the best mileage out of them. So, where is my mileage? It is at 2336. So the last time I updated this, it was at 1800. So in here, we can go in and click it and just update the mileage here real quick. What did I say? 2336. So what that does is then update everything coming up. It will tell you here by the color code on the side. Right now it says due in 1664 miles is the next oil change. And I've recorded my first one here that was break-in at 600 miles. It shows you the date. And then what I do when I get a new bike or a new vehicle is I go through the owner's manual and or the service manual, and I input all of the different maintenance items that I'm going to want to track. So for the FZ09 here, I track the air filter changes, the valve adjustment, spark plug changes, brake line changes, brake fluid changes, lubing the swing arm and the other points, packing the steering bearings, changing the coolant, repacking the muffler, and then any other mods that I do, I'll put in here. Like when I put on new tires, I will add that. I put on the fork upgrade, and you know what? I forgot to put in the rear shock upgrade, so I'll enter that in here. And you can put in any information you like. For the fork upgrade, I tracked what mileage I did at the date and how much it cost me at the time. So, you know, that's just information that will, again, go to the next owner. And for tires, it's great if you want to put in where you purchased them, how much they cost, what mileage you got out of it, that kind of thing. You know, it's great for data if you're into that. So this is obviously still very new and nothing is really coming up yet. You can set it up to track by either month due or mileage due. So certain things like, for example, brake lines, they want you to change those. Man, I don't remember what it's set at. Every 4 years, I think it is. Yeah, they want it every 4 years, actually changing the physical brake lines. Frankly, that's not something I typically follow. I understand why they say it, because the brake lines do deteriorate, but here's how I go by when I change my brake lines. Does the brake system feel squishy, and am I seeing a accumulation of black bits or the fluid turning black fairly quickly in my actual brake fluid changes. That tells me the lines need to be replaced. 6 to 7 years, that's more typical for my riding conditions. Yours may be different, but the factory spec for safety, they say every 4 years replace the lines. So that's what I put in, and I'll go from there. But things like spark plugs, every 12,000 miles. So it's up to you to put in what durations you want to track. And then, like I said, as you get closer, I'll show you on the FJR here. We'll swipe back to the FJR. You can see it's obviously got more mileage on it, and things have been done. I've got, well, let's update the mileage on this real quick, and we'll go for more accurate reading. Now on the FJR, I have to remember to add 2,000 miles because when this baby was very new, I had to replace the entire gauge cluster because of a defect. And unfortunately, the odometer reading just gets reset with the new gauge cluster. That's what you get, a brand new zeroed out gauge whenever you have to replace it. That's another thing you want to look for when buying a used bike. Somebody can just buy a used gauge cluster off a salvage bike with lower mileage and you'll never know it because there's nothing in the ECU that tracks. So I'm at 23,699. Obviously I updated the FJR here fairly recently. All right, turn off these keys. So now we can see we're getting closer to the oil change. We've got 631 miles to the next oil change, and it's showing in yellow. A little over 1,000 to the next spark plug change. 3,000 to the valve check and or adjustment if it needs it. 36 to the next air cleaner, and etc., etc., etc. Swing arm bearings. This is one where it tracks time and duration. So it's showing either in just under another year or 10,000 miles. And here's where I've tracked my clutch upgrade I did and different tires I put on it and so on and so forth. So I need to update the cars. Wife's, I know, is like, I don't know, 20,000 out of date. She's been taking it into the dealer to do oil changes because they run specials for 20 bucks all the time. It's just easy for her to take it up. I do mine myself here, and that's that. So it's a really cool app. I think they're charging like $1 or $2 now. I think it was free when I got it. I've had it for years. It's just really great. It's called Gearhead. So big news coming in from Harley, and it's not good, not at all. About a year ago, I put up a video basically saying, Harley, what the hell are you guys doing? They came out with their new models, and which engineering wise, I think that was great. Basically, they dumped the Dyna and made everything soft tail except for the touring models. And let's see, I'm at 46,548. And unfortunately, jacked up the prices. I mean, just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous what they want for their bikes these days. They are in the middle of a non-stop 4-year sales decline, and I'm talking major decline here, with no signs of stopping. Unfortunately, today they just announced they are closing one of their major plants and getting rid of 800 US jobs, and that is horrendous. I mean, just terrible for the motorcycle industry. I do not want to see, I need her keys, I do not want to see Harley fail in any way. The motorcycle industry is small. What's good for them is good for everybody, and what's bad for them is bad for everybody. Of course, they're blaming it on a general decrease in motorcycle sales, blah, blah. They're doing everything but saying the obvious. They have been screwing the pooch and not owning up to it, and it's biting them in the ass. Well, their stock price is plummeting right now, and for good reason. I mean, they have just done nothing right for years. I expect to see some major personnel changes there. All right, so everything's updated, and I don't know what's going to happen with them. to give you a better idea, you can look all this up. You know, the news stories are going. Their quarterly report just came out, and compared to last year, their profit is down 82%. That is huge. 82%. And it didn't help that they had a $30 million recall last year on those bikes. So get it together, Harley. I mean, you guys are in serious trouble. Just put in these new shelves here. I got them from Sam's Club. Really nice units. These things are solid as a rock. 800-pound capacity per shelf. Solid steel rails. These are like a really thick plastic. There's no flex in them. They can also stack. You can put them vertically or horizontally like I have them here. $70 for everything here. I mean, just fantastic deal. Really good stuff. If you need these, definitely check them out at Sam's Club. They really helped. They're 2 foot deep here, 3 foot wide, 4 foot wide each, and 3 foot tall per section. So really nice. And you can put the shelves anywhere in between you want. So now I'm in the process of obviously moving stuff out from my tool room, which I've been storing all of my cleaning products and lube products and all that kind of stuff. And you know, they were just all over the place. Now I've got them in one spot. I've got space for my larger tools, a little compressor. I can put my power tools out here. Very, very handy units. But again, $70, man. Steal. Sam's Club. Very good stuff. Anyway, that's it, guys. Just wanted to show you the Gearhead app. Definitely pick that up for tracking all of your maintenance. It's perfect. There's no problems with it. Absolutely love the thing. I hope Harley pulls it together. I mean, here's my opinion of what they need to do. Absolutely 100% need to do to fix this situation right now. They need to drop their prices 20% across the board. They need to stop charging out the ass for ridiculous parts that nobody is buying. You buy a $30,000 Harley freaking motorcycle. Oh, you want to change these parts from chrome to black? That's another $5,000. Oh, you want to put on different handlebars? Oh, well, you also have to buy all these other lines and it costs you $800 to install it all. That's another $5,000. They aren't selling. Their market does not have that money. Period. And the sales numbers for the past 4 freaking years in a row have confirmed that. They have their heads up their asses and they are tanking the company. And that's not good for the industry. Period. Hope they pull it together, man. See you guys later.